At the beginning of the episode, a news reporter announces that a 100-meter-long snake has attacked Ning City. Many people have been killed in the attack, and scientists are unable to identify the species of the snake. Recently, several giant monsters have been appearing in the city. In the background of the news, a boy is shown bleeding heavily. Then, a sea lizard is shown opening its eyes and saying, "What's happening? And how did I turn into a sea lizard?" After this, our main character, Chun, introduces himself. He says that his name is Chun and he is a student at Ning University. He has rented a room near the university where he keeps his pets. Recently, he bought a new pet, which was a sea lizard. But suddenly, the lizard attacked him. While defending himself, Chun also got injured and lost consciousness. When he wakes up, Chun is shocked to see that he can now control the sea lizard's body. He wonders, did I just stumble upon some kind of treasure? Can I live stream this and make money? Or capture and sell other monsters? Suddenly, both Chun and the lizard feel their stomachs growling with hunger. Chun quickly prepares some meat. The smell of the meat makes the lizard's mouth water. Chun gives a little meat to the lizard as well. As soon as the lizard eats the meat, a system window appears, showing that Chun has gained 5 evolution points. Then, we are shown Chen's status screen, where his level is at 0 and his talent is mind controlling. He also has skills like beginner level boxing, cloud jumping, and spinning kick. The lizard system is also shown, revealing that it has 5 evolution points. Chun is surprised and thinks, have I really gotten a cheat system? Next, we see a flashback where Chen's father is training him in boxing. His father makes him undergo very hard training. Chun says, "Dad, I'm so tired. I need to rest." But his father refuses and says, "You need to become strong so that you can see the other side of this world." Some time later, Chen's father gives him his savings and tells him he is going on a long trip. "Chun, now you can take care of yourself." Chun asks his father, "Dad, will we meet again?" His father replies, "When you become a grandmaster, I'll return." The scene shifts back to the present, where Chun is looking at his father's photo and thinking. Meanwhile, the lizard finishes all the food. Chun notices that the lizard's body is changing. When he checks the system window, he sees that he has gained 15 more evolution points. Chun also realizes that his own body has become stronger than before. He thinks, is this connected to the lizard? If it evolves, will I also keep getting stronger? Now Chun starts to believe that this might be his chance to become a grandmaster. In the next scene, Chun buys a large quantity of meat from the market and brings it to his room. He cooks the meat and places it in front of the lizard, thinking to himself, the more this lizard eats, the faster I'll become a martial arts master. The lizard immediately starts eating the meat and finishes it all in no time. The scene then shifts to Chun practicing boxing. After some training, he earns 5 boxing experience points from the system. After 2 days of hard training, Chun feels much stronger than before. He checks the status window, where his level is still at 0, but his boxing skill has reached the intermediate level. Meanwhile, the lizard now has 195 evolution points. Looking at the status window, Chun says, if I keep training like this, I'll soon reach the peak of the Ming realm. Chun then recalls something his dad once told him. Martial artists are divided into the Ming realm, Dark realm, and Transportation realm. Fighters at the peak of the Ming realm are top-notch warriors who can handle 10 opponents at once. Dark realm fighters are first-rate experts who can fight 100 opponents. And Transportation realm warriors can battle 1,000 opponents simultaneously. They are usually part of legendary families. Chun had asked his dad, "Dad, which realm are you in?" His dad replied, "I'm in the Dark realm." Hearing this, Chun said excitedly, "Does that mean you're from a legendary family?" But his dad didn't respond to this question. The scene then returns to the present. When Chun returns to his room, he notices that the lizard has grown much larger. Chun thinks, if I feed it meat one more time, it might evolve. I hope it doesn't disappoint me. Chun feeds the lizard more meat. As the lizard continues eating, its evolution points steadily increase and eventually reach 200 points. Just then, the system sends a notification. The lizard has fulfilled all the requirements for evolution. Evolution is starting. Chun watches as the lizard's body begins to evolve. The lizard experiences pain during the evolution, and Chun also feels the same pain in his body. After some time, the lizard fully evolves. It struggles to control its newfound power and starts breaking things all over the room. Lying down, Chun says, "I didn't know evolution would be this painful." He checks the status window and sees that his constitution has increased from 28 to 56, and his spirit has risen from 16 to 18. The lizard's next evolution now requires 1000 points. Chun releases his external energy, and is shocked to see that the lizard can also release external energy. Suddenly, someone knocks on Chen's door. When Chen opens the door, he sees a man standing outside. But as soon as the man looks at Chun, he becomes so terrified by Chen's power and pressure that it feels like he'll die the next second. Out of fear, the man immediately runs away. Chun begins to wonder, what did he see that scared him so much? Chun, looking at the state of his room, says, "This lizard is no longer suitable to keep in my room. Should I release it into the sea?" The next day, Chun drives his car to the sea with the lizard. Using his mind-controlling ability, he commands the lizard to enter the water. Once inside, the lizard activates its energy sense, allowing it to detect things within a 10-meter radius. As it ventures further into the sea, it encounters a five-eyed fish monster. Without hesitation, it attacks and kills the fish. The system notifies, "You consumed a mutated fish. Plus 10 evolution points and plus 1 physics point." Chun thinks, "When I eat normal food, I only get 1 evolution point, but here I receive 10 points just from eating 1 mutated fish. Could the ocean be teeming with mutated creatures? Is that why so many strange creatures are appearing on land?" Some time passes, and Chun has the lizard kill many mutated fish, gaining evolution points. Eventually, the system alerts him. No more evolution points can be earned today. Chun observes, if anyone else looked into the sea, they'd only see darkness. But this lizard sees everything in vivid color. He then notices that although the lizard has been in the water for a long time, it doesn't have gills to breathe underwater. It has to surface frequently to catch its breath. While exploring, the lizard discovers an underground cave, and Chun decides to leave it there for now. The scene shifts back to Chun, who drives away in his car. Along the way, he spots a house and wonders, does someone actually live here? As he listens closely, he hears someone screaming for help. Chun immediately stops his car. Inside the house, 3 thugs are talking. One says, "Did he leave yet?" The second thug replies, "Yes, we see that the 3 thugs have kidnapped a young woman." Their bald leader slaps one of the thugs, saying, "How could you be so careless? You should have checked if someone was outside." The thug responds nervously, "It was pitch black outside. I couldn't see anything." The bald boss grabs the girl and taunts, "Now, who's going to save you?" Outside, Chin activates his energy sense and detects the 3 thugs inside. He thinks, are they kidnapping people or involved in human trafficking? 2 of them are armed with knives. Without wasting time, Chin uses his powers to launch an attack. He kicks one thug so hard that the thug is sent flying across the room. The boss tries to stab Chin from behind with a knife, but Chun counters with a punch that breaks the boss's spine. One of the thugs blocks the bald boss from retreating and launches an attack of his own. Chun retaliates using boxing techniques, skillfully deflecting the thug's strikes and countering with a powerful blow. However, the thug manages to block Chun's attacks and punches him, knocking Chun backward. Chun thinks, is this guy an expert? In the next moment, Chun unleashes his Iron Mountain Slam, a devastating boxing technique that sends the thug flying backward. The thug mutters, "I didn't expect that the moment I came down from the mountain, I'd encounter Luo Tuan's Iron Mountain Slam, an ultimate move with a well-deserved reputation. Chun replies, I never thought a descendant of the Yuwang Fist would stoop to kidnapping. Hearing this, the thug immediately attempts a surprise attack on Chen's eyes. Chun dodges and counters with a precise kick, sending the thug sprawling backward. Chun thinks, martial arts combat is extremely dangerous, and I haven't yet mastered full control of my powers. This puts me at a disadvantage. I need to train more to refine my control. Chun notices the girl tied up behind him. He unties her, and she, trembling with fear, hugs Chun tightly. Chun reassures her, there's no need to worry. When you leave, call the police immediately. But don't tell them what I look like or who I am. The girl nods. Okay, I won't tell anyone. A few moments later, we see police officers storming the house, shouting, whoever's inside, put your hands in the air. However, they only find the girl standing amidst the unconscious thugs. At the police station, Guan Qing, an agent from the security department, reports to her chief. The girl doesn't remember who saved her or what he looked like. He was wearing a mask. The chief examines photos from the crime scene and remarks, from what I see, the person who saved her is a martial artist highly skilled in boxing. Guan Qing responds, if that's true and he possesses such immense power, then the chief interrupts her. There have been too many strange occurrences lately. The weather begins to worsen. Meanwhile, Chin notices a group of men who have just emerged from the sea. One of the men says, boss, you just made some money and now you've spent $1 million on that woman. Isn't that a waste? Another man adds, yeah, boss, we spent so much time searching the ocean and only made $2 million. The boss retorts, you have no idea who that woman is. If she stays with us, we'll never have to worry about money again. Hearing this, the two men grin. The boss continues, she has now activated her underwater breathing ability. All we need to do is locate the shipwreck, retrieve the treasure, and we'll be rich. Just then, they hear a voice from behind. Turning around, they see Chin standing there. Chun smirks and says, I thought this place was full of perverts, but it seems you're something special. Seeing this, their boss pulled out a knife and attacked Chun, but Chin simply struck the ground with his attack, causing the boss to fly into the air. Then Chin landed a punch on him, sending him flying far away. Witnessing this, the other two began running away, exclaiming, boss, he was really strong, but even he lost. If we stay here, we'll be killed too. But Chin attacked them both, knocking them unconscious. Then, he activated his mind-controlling ability, taking control of them and asking their names. The boss revealed his name was Zhang and that he ran a smuggling ship. He also confessed that a month ago, he had awakened the underwater breathing ability. Hearing this, Chin thought to himself, it seems my mind-controlling ability works perfectly on him. Now he's my puppet. Zhang continued, saying they retrieved treasures from sunken ships and sold them for a lot of money. Chun then canceled his mind-controlling ability, but Zhang still referred to Chun as his boss. The scene then shifted to another location, where Zhang took Chun aboard a ship. One of Zhang's crew members asked, boss, who is this? Zhang replied, this is my boss, so show him the same respect you show me. The crew member greeted Chun and Zhang ordered, go and quickly draft a contract to transfer this ship. A little while later, they presented the contract to Chun, who signed it and left. The next day, the scene showed the lizard eating a large amount of food, earning Chun points in the process. Meanwhile, Chun was also training, thinking, I can't rely solely on the lizard to increase my power. I must train myself too. Some time later, the ship transfer process was completed. In the ocean, the lizard was shown killing and eating numerous monsters. Suddenly, a shark attacked and trapped it in its jaws, but the lizard quickly killed the shark, earning 10 evolution points. The system notified Chin that the lizard had met the requirements to evolve and asked if he wanted to proceed. Chun confirmed, and the lizard's body began evolving, with Chin feeling its pain. Some time later, when Chun checked the system, his level had reached 1, and his strength had significantly increased. All of his skills had advanced to the intermediate level. Regarding the lizard, the system informed him that it could evolve into a ferocious beast in the future, requiring 5,000 evolution points to do so, and that it had a water affinity ability. Observing the system, Chin remarked, "I'm now 13 times stronger than a normal human, and my power rivals that of a dark realm martial artist." When Chun checks the lizard's body again, he realizes it has grown significantly larger, weighing at least 10 tons. Its power has doubled, and its claws are now stronger than steel. The lizard can move at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour, faster than a large ship, and it makes no sound while moving, likely due to its water affinity ability. After this, Chin calls Zhang's henchmen and asks, "Has anyone inquired about the treasure?" They respond, "No, no one has asked yet." Chun then asks about the treasure research. They inform him, "We've tracked the location of a new ship, but Boss Zhang isn't here. Without his ability, no one can dive that deep." Chin replies, "Don't worry about that," and hangs up. He then sends a lizard to search for the ship's location. In the next scene, Chin is walking along a pedestrian street. After spending 2,000 on food, he has only 20,000 left in savings. Suddenly, he sees some boys harassing a girl. Angered, Chin shouts, "What are you doing to that girl?" The thugs respond, "Kid, walk away and pretend you didn't see anything." Hearing this, Chin starts releasing his power. The thugs, now sweating with fear, try to escape. But the girl says, "You call yourselves men? And now you're scared?" Hearing this, Chin thinks, "Is this girl crazy?" Her words enrage the thugs further, and they attack Chin. However, with a single attack, Chin sends them both crashing to the ground. He says, "I barely used 10% of my power. If I had used more, you'd have been torn to pieces." Watching this, the thugs immediately flee. Chin looks at the girl and wonders, is she drunk? He tries calling the police to send the girl home, but she refuses to leave. Chin returns home and uses his mind-controlling ability to check on the lizard, which is now near a sunken ship. Upon closer inspection, Chin notices a large number of gold bars near the ship. He instructs the crew on the surface. 3 kilometers in, there's a box. Retrieve it quickly. The crew retrieves the box promptly. One of them asks, "Does anyone besides Boss Zhang have water-breathing abilities?" A bespectacled man responds, "Don't ask too many questions. This is all the boss's secret." Chun continues to explore the area and retrieves more boxes. During this process, he finds a small metal piece that even the lizard's claws cannot scratch. After much effort, he retrieves it and thinks, "This might be something valuable. I'll keep it for now." Before leaving, someone attacks Chun from behind. It turns out to be a type of monster, tall and fearsome, but it stands no chance against Chen's lizard. The lizard defeats and devours the monster. In a later scene, Chun is shown practicing. He reveals that, with the help of evolution points, his physical stats have surpassed 200. He hasn't fully tested his strength yet. He punches a rock weighing at least 1.5 tons, shattering it into pieces with a single blow. Chin also discovers that he has a healing power that instantly recovers all his injuries. Afterward, the lizard retrieves the metal piece from the sea. When Chun tries to lift it, he realizes the metal piece weighs at least 200 pounds. He thinks this explains why the lizard couldn't even scratch it. This is perfect for forging a weapon. But for now, I should focus on those gold bars. We see Chin arriving at the ship and asking about the gold. A crew member informs him the gold is safely stored on the ship. Chun heads to the captain's cabin and asks, "How much will this gold be worth?" A bespectacled man replies, "I've never seen so many gold bars together." When Chun examines the gold, he notices there are no markings on it. Chun thinks this means the gold was mined privately. That'll make it harder to sell at a higher price. Later, Chun arrives in the bustling downtown area and asks the seller, "Do you buy gold?" The seller, a woman, asks, What do you want to sell? A ring or a necklace? Chen shows her a gold bar and says, I want to sell this. Surprised, the woman says she needs to speak to her manager. Shortly after, the store manager arrives and asks Chen how much gold he wants to sell. Chen shows his bag and says, all of this. The manager inspects the gold and, after a while, informs Chen altogether the gold weighs 11 kilos and 250 grams. However, it's not entirely pure and appears to be privately mined. We can buy it for 400 yuan per gram. Chen thinks this is a good deal and agrees. After selling the gold, Chen ends up with 4.5 million yuan. Chen decides to buy a car first. He visits a luxury car showroom. While browsing, he spots his ex-girlfriend with another man. Chen thinks, I did so much for this girl and she left me. Now she's with some rich guy. Noticing Chen, the girl tells her boyfriend, look, honey, that's the loser who tried to impress me. Her boyfriend sneers. What's a poor guy like him doing in a luxury showroom? The bespectacled man with Chen gets angry and steps forward to confront them, but Chen stops him. The girl says, did I say anything wrong? He's poor and must be here just to look. Not to buy. The girl points to a red car and says, I want that car. Her boyfriend replies, all right, let me check. But he's visibly uneasy as the car is very expensive. Chen, on the other hand, looks at an SUV and says, this would be perfect for me. It'll help carry goods and get around. He tells the salesgirl, I'd like to buy this car and pay by card. The salesgirl informs him, this car costs 2.38 million yuan. Will you pay the full amount by card? Chen replies, yes. Hearing this, his ex-girlfriend thinks, is he really buying the cars? Her boyfriend mocks Chen, saying, he's just pretending. There's no way he has 2.38 million yuan. The girl adds, he couldn't even afford instant noodles before. The bespectacled man retorts, that's none of your business. If my boss buys this car, what will you do? The boyfriend scoffs, if he buys it, I'll call him Dad. But if he doesn't, he'll call me Dad. Shortly after, the salesgirl returns and hands Chen the keys, saying, sir, the payment is confirmed. The car is now yours. Shocked, his ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend are left speechless. The girl thinks, is Chen actually rich now? The bespectacled man grabs the boyfriend by the collar and says, say it, Dad. But Chen stops him, saying, don't waste time on these fools. Chen drives off in his new car, but the girl chases after him, shouting, Chen, wait, I love you. The showroom staff watch the scene unfold and comment. She thought she found a rich boyfriend, but lost someone like Mr. Chen. Later, Chen visits a top restaurant. The staff warmly welcome him. Chen browses the menu and orders a variety of dishes. While enjoying his meal, he receives a message informing him to report to college. Chen checks his system window and notices his points have increased significantly. The lizard has also collected 2,160 evolution points. Chen says, there isn't much time left before my classes start. I need to quickly push my strength to reach the Shadow Realm. Chen checks on his lizard and finds that its speed now surpasses that of a swordfish, considered the fastest marine creature. The lizard has consumed numerous powerful creatures, granting it significant evolution points. Additionally, its sensory radius has expanded to cover several dozen kilometers. Chen searches for shipwrecks but finds nothing substantial. He ponders, the world is changing drastically. Is there a government organization researching these supernatural creatures? If so, I must grow stronger quickly to protect myself. The scene transitions to a high-rise office building. Chen arrives, saying, since Zhang transferred this company to me, he hasn't visited it even once. The company is one of the largest in the area. Inside, Chen's bespectacled assistant orders, call everyone to the boss's office immediately. In the office, the assistant introduces Chen. This is our new boss. The employees greet him with a warm, hello. The women whisper among themselves, the boss is so young, handsome, and rich. The assistant introduces a receptionist, named Ning, and then gestures to another woman bringing Chen coffee, saying, "This is your secretary." As Chen reviews the company's papers, he thinks, this company isn't massive, but maintaining it costs at least 100,000 yuan a month. I need to work harder and find a treasure-laden ship soon. Meanwhile, the lizard fights a massive creature called the Barracuda, a 5-meter-long fish with steel-like skin. Chen uses external energy to help the lizard defeat it. Upon consuming the fish's meat, Chen feels a surge of energy. The system announces 90 evolution points and 9 constitution points gained. Chen thinks, I knew this fish was special. Later, Chen visits the office, where the women are praising him. He asks, "Why haven't you all gone home yet?" One of them replies, "Boss, we were finishing some work." Chen knows what she means, but pretends not to understand. He says, "You all work so hard. Let's have dinner on me." The women are thrilled, and Chen takes them to a luxurious restaurant. One of them comments, "Boss's car must be worth at least 2 million. After a lavish meal, Chen pays a bill of 48,888 yen, further impressing everyone. Chen continues his training near the ocean, focusing on increasing his physical power. He can now shatter a 2-ton boulder into pieces with ease. However, as he grows stronger, controlling his power becomes increasingly challenging. While training, Chen overhears a group of men discussing an illegal trade. One says, "We've made many deals together. Don't they trust us?" Another replies, "They do, but the rule is money first, then the goods." Chen observes their operation, noting that their boss ensures the deal is completed and warns his team to be cautious while leaving. One of the men dismisses the warning, saying it's unnecessary. At this moment, Chen ambushes them. He swiftly eliminates one man and kicks another unconscious. Their boss attempts to attack Chen with a gun, but Chen punches him down before he can fire. Standing over the incapacitated criminals, Chen remarks, "These people have no humanity left. By stopping them, I'm doing a public service." He then orders his lizard to track the fleeing ship, ensuring no one escapes. The lizard swims beneath the criminal's boat and destroys it, causing everyone on board to plunge into the water. As they spot the lizard, they scream in terror, "There's a monster here. Run for your lives." Their boss, furious, shouts, "I'm not running from here." He fires his gun at the lizard, but the bullets have no effect. The lizard swiftly eliminates the group and retrieves a suitcase from the wreckage. The scene transitions to Chen's room, where he opens a suitcase to find 300 stack of at least 3 million yuan. The next day, Chen is at a cafe with his secretary. Onlookers admire her, whispering compliments about her beauty. She hands Chen some documents to sign, and they both head to the company. When Chen arrives at the office, everyone feels an intense, almost terrifying energy emanating from him. During a meeting, Chen discusses strategies to grow the company. Suddenly, he receives a call. A voice on the other end says, "Today is the last day to register for your classes." Chen replies, "I need to register, so I'll leave the rest of the tasks to you all." He assigns Su Lingyue to handle company matters in his absence. Hearing this, the employees are shocked, thinking, the boss is still a student, Chen drives his Fortune SUV to the university. Students around the campus murmur, is he from a wealthy family? His arrival sparks curiosity, and soon a video of him driving the SUV goes viral on the university's forum. Among the students, the girl Chen once saved notices him and thinks, this boy looks familiar. She recalls how Chen had saved her life. Someone comments on the viral video, he's a junior named Chun Chu. Surprised, the girl, who is from the finance department, says, "I can't believe he's in my year." Chen reflects on his growing physical strength, but realizes he only knows 2 techniques. 8 extremities cloud step and lone leg technique. He thinks, I need to learn new skills to control my power. He visits a steel shop and orders a 2-meter wide, 5-meter long steel sheet. The seller informs him that it weighs 200 tons and costs at least 700,000 yuan. Chun signs a contract with the seller. The next day, Chun purchases a large warehouse and sends Jiangsu back. He inspects the area, planning to turn it into his training ground. Evolution points continue to accumulate rapidly, 1,000 per day, but Chun craves more to strengthen himself further. Meanwhile, at the scene where Chun eliminated the criminals, the police investigate. One officer remarks, "These people were taken out in a single strike." One of them was Luo Hao, a powerful underworld figure and nightclub owner. Another officer reports, "We've also found more bodies in the ocean." Back at the company, Chen's secretary complains that no one is working and that the employees are just passing the time. Chun seems indifferent, which frustrates her. She thinks, Chen may be wealthy, but he won't let this company go to ruin. Just then, someone enters to inform Chun that some individuals have arrived to discuss a business proposal with him. We see a man arriving with a woman and asking, "Where is Zhang?" Chin replies, "He and his men are now under my control." The man says, "Impressive. You really have taken control of Zhang. Let me introduce myself. My name is Wang Tianhua." Chin responds, "Let's sit down and talk." Wang explains that he has discovered an old ship beneath the sea, worth at least 10 million, and they need to retrieve it. Chin asks, "If we find something there, how do you plan to divide it?" Wang tells him that he'll provide the map and he'll take 70%, leaving 30% for Chun. Chin responds, "It seems like you'll need to terminate this contract." After a brief pause, Wang asks, "So what's your suggestion?" Chun proposes a 50-50 split. Wang hesitates, mentioning, "The law is much stricter now. It's impossible for anyone to salvage privately. Only this way can it be done." Chun confidently says, "Yes, of course. And if anything goes wrong, I'm ready for any penalties, so you don't need to worry about that." Wang agrees to the deal. Next, we see a scene at the police station. The chief police officer is puzzled, noticing the attack on the bodies appears to have been made by claws. He wonders, what kind of creature has such large claws? Could it be some kind of abnormal creature? He posts on his department's website, stating that many bodies have been found in the ocean, and it's suspected that the attack was made by a beast. An investigation begins. Meanwhile, Chin receives a steel order. His secretary asks, "What will you do with such a large iron pillar?" Chin doesn't reveal his plans. As he checks his balance, he realizes his funds are low. He leaves the office, and his secretary starts to have some negative thoughts about him. While driving, Chun thinks to himself that he broke a chopstick earlier in the morning, which makes him realize he needs to better control his strength. We then see him training, gradually learning how to control his power. He activates his sensory ability, which allows him to sense everything within a 30-meter radius. 3 days later, Lizard has defeated a master and gained 210 evolution points and 21 constitution points. Looking up, Lizard spots Wang's ship. He calls Wang and says, "My crew members have already arrived. Should they start their work?" Wang replies, "I still need to make some preparations, so I'd like to do this at night." Chun agrees. Chun adds that his hard training has earned him 15 more points, and with these, he can further enhance his strength. Wang tells Chun, "I don't see any of your members." Chun responds, "My members are already in the sea." Chun and Lizard start searching for the ship, but they feel intense pressure, making them uncomfortable. However, they don't find anything. Chun informs Wang, "I didn't find anything below." Wang, suspicious, comments, "You completed the search very quickly. How can anyone skin 700 meters in 20 minutes? That's impossible." One of Wang's men mentions that a ship sank here over 100 years ago, and it might be located a few kilometers deeper. Wang asks, "Can you search a few more kilometers?" After searching a few more kilometers, Chun finds something, which he brings up. Upon checking the find, Wong's man reports, 8 pieces are broken, but 3 are intact, worth at least 30 million. If we sell this privately, we could make at least 20 million. Wong is pleased with the result. Chun decides to leave the rest of the work to Wong, and he'll just come to collect his share. Some time later, Chun arrives and collects 11.5 million yuan, which Wong earned from selling the antiques. Wong says, "If you don't believe me, you can count it yourself." Chun responds, "No, I trust you completely." Chun thinks to himself, "Asterisk, the money problem is solved, but I still need more training. My strength is still lacking, asterisk." After that, we see Chun again, having dinner with the girls, but this time, a man approaches him and asks if he is Mr. Chun, the owner of Marine Industry Group. The man then introduces himself as Lee Tianrui, a manager of Tianhong Group P, and also a friend of Wong. Hearing this, Chun greets him with a hello. Tianrui explains that he wants to go fishing in the ocean, meaning he wants to search for shipwrecked treasure there. He asks if Chun is interested in collaborating. Hearing this, Chun replies that as long as there's good profit, he would be interested. He tells Tianrui that if he comes to his office tomorrow to discuss this, it would be good. Then, the manager gives Tianrui Chen's card. Lee begins to leave. Watching him, the girls remark that they never expected such a big group's manager to be so young. Hearing this, another girl asks if his company is really that big. She replies, "Yes, it's a very big company. The chairman has a net worth of 10 billion, making him one of the richest people in N City." Hearing this, Chun smiles calmly and says, "Wow, even people as rich as him are interested in shipwrecks." Next, we see a warehouse scene where Chun is looking at a fish that Lizard has caught. Looking at it, he says, "This fish is probably worth at least 10 million. Of course, it doesn't taste good. In swimming competitions, people bet money on these. It just needs a good buyer to sell it." Behind him, we see Lizard, who has grown significantly bigger. Then, Chun is shown practicing in his room when the manager informs him that young Master Lee is waiting for him in the office. Hearing this, Chun says, "Oh, he came right away." Then, the scene shifts to the office, where Lee says that he knows the exact location of a shipwreck. Chun asks him, "You have so much money, yet you're interested in shipwrecks." Hearing this, Lee replies, "No one can imagine how much money it holds." Then Chun says, "Whatever we find there, we'll split it 50-50. Lee has no problem with this. Watching him, Chun thinks to himself that judging by his face, it doesn't seem like he's after the treasure. Then Chun asks Lee, "Do you know any restaurants that sell high-end seafood? Because I have a 4-meter-long bluefin tuna." Hearing this, he replies, "I didn't think Chun would have such a big bluefin tuna. But yes, I know someone who can buy it. I'll introduce you to him after lunch." Next, we see a warehouse scene where Chun has called someone to show the fish. The manager is in quite a hurry. Watching this, Chun says, "Don't rush. This fish isn't going anywhere." The restaurant manager examines the fish and says, "Boss, this fish's quality is absolutely top-notch, and it seems A-grade." Then we see the restaurant owner, who tells Chun, "Your fish is excellent, but can you lower its price to 7 million for the sake of our friendship?" Hearing this, Chun agrees. Afterward, Chun takes his manager shopping, buying a lot of items. Then we see another warehouse scene where Chun and his manager are arriving. The manager, who looks very beautiful, thinks to herself, "Boss's watch is at least worth 2 million, and the luxury items he bought are at least another 2 million. Then Chun tells the manager that he wants to buy a villa in a peaceful location with minimal people around. It should cost at least 30 million. Hearing this, the manager says, "I'll look into it." Next, we see a scene in the ocean where Lizard is swimming under a submarine. He thinks, "I'm not strong enough to break these submarines yet." Then he swims further and finds a cave. However, as soon as he approaches it, a massive crab attacks him from behind. Chun thinks, "Does everyone see me as an easy target?" He dodges the crab's attack. Looking at the crab, Chin says, "It seems more powerful than a ribbon fish." The crab attacks again, but Chin dodges every attack. He realizes that each of the crab's attacks has about 10 tons of power. Then, seizing a good opportunity, he attacks and kills the crab. Afterward, we see Chin reading about some unusual marine phenomenon. He says, "Everyone here claims they've seen a giant ribbonfish and a spider. Truly, this world is changing a lot." Then he reads a news article that mentions how a sea creature attacked a nuclear submarine 700 meters below the sea, causing it to collide with an iceberg. All the crew members aboard were killed. Seeing this, Chin thinks, "This news is 2 years old, but I'm certain the deeper I go into the ocean, the more powerful monsters I'll encounter." Next, we see Lizard eating the crab's body. This earns him 290 evolution points and 29 body status points. Then Chin looks at Lizard's body and says, "He's really grown a lot bigger." Next, we see Chin practicing boxing and saying, "My physical strength has surpassed 100, and the structure of my muscles has reached a completely different level. Now, even if I strike an iron pole, my hands remain unharmed. Even hand weapons can't damage my body. Against my natural armor and reaction speed, ordinary bullets won't even leave a dent." Then we see Chun in a library, reading books, and thinking to himself that this world is not as simple as he initially thought. He realizes that he needs to gather a lot of information. Meanwhile, some girls sitting nearby are talking about him. One of them says that he is extremely handsome and wonders if they should ask for his contact number. Next, we see Chin practicing, muttering that he has been working on 2 skills. While they seemed simple at first, mastering them has turned out to be extremely difficult. Just then, he receives a call from Lee. Lee tells him that he has arrived at the location. Hearing this, Chin asks him to send the location, saying that he will send his people underground to search. Then, we are shown a scene from some time later, where Lizard has discovered a chest full of gold. However, Lee asks Chun if he has found a special box. If he finds that box, everything in the area will belong to him. Then, we see Lizard searching for some time before finally finding the special box. As Chun picks up the box, he thinks to himself that this gold-filled chest must be worth at least 20 million. But he has no idea what's inside the special box. Next, we see a scene on a ship where Lee opens the special box. However, inside it is only a strange black substance. Seeing this, Lee looks troubled and says, "How did my elixir go bad?" Then, we see a scene where the police are investigating something. One officer remarks that all the people killed here have had their blood drained, and their muscles have completely dried out. He notes that the bodies have only been dead for 10 hours. Hearing this, his senior officer tells him that they must inform the higher-ups as soon as possible so they can investigate this matter quickly. He then orders a man named Zhong to write a report immediately and shut down all entertainment venues in the city. Zhong obeys his order. Later that night, we see someone sucking a man's blood. At that moment, the senior officer receives a call informing him that 4 more people have been killed. Angrily, he exclaims, "How is this possible? I shut everything down." Then we see Chin training. He has made good progress in the 2 skills, Baji Quan and Jingyi Quan. Suddenly, the system notifies him that he has created a new skill. It asks what name he wants to give it. Chin decides to name it Explosive Fist, a technique he developed by combining multiple skills. Next, we see a ship in the middle of the ocean catching fish. Suddenly, the crew notices a large hole in their net. When they pull it up, they realize that all the fish they caught are gone. Then, we see an underwater scene where Lizard has eaten all the fish. Later, we see Chin relaxing when he gets a call from young Master Lee, who invites him to a party. Chun agrees to go. Then, we see a scene where the 2 of them arrive at the venue. The manager welcomes them, and they enjoy a peaceful dinner. Later that night, as Chun is heading home, he senses that someone is following him. Their presence feels extremely strange. He wonders if it's a monster or a ghost. Just then, a couple approaches him and asks if he wants to race. Instead of answering, Chin speeds up his car, shocking the couple. Then, we see a seaside scene where Chin steps out and says to someone, "You might as well come out. I'm not a bad guy." Hearing this, a girl hiding behind a tree responds, "What are you talking about? I was just taking a bath here, but someone stole my clothes. Can you give me something to wear?" Hearing this, Chin suddenly attacks her and sarcastically says, "Oh, so you need clothes? Well, let me give you something." However, the girl dodges his attack. That's when it's revealed that she is not a human, but a monster. She tells Chun that he is incredibly strong and that his life force is immense. She wants to eat him quickly. Chun asks, "Who are you?" "What are you?" The monster replies, "I am human too, but in my perfect form. My name is Yen Xiao. If I eat you, I'll become much stronger and more energetic. Consuming you will make me healthier." But before she can make a move, Chin uses his speed to get behind her and smirks, "If you want to eat me, you'll have to catch me first." Then, he lands a powerful punch on her, sending her crashing to the ground. Severely injured, she mutters in disbelief. How is this possible? His aura is completely different from those other awakened beings. The monster sees that she is about to lose to Chun, so she tries to escape. The monster uses one of her powers, allowing her to hide inside a tree, then inside a stone. Seeing this, Chun says that she has an excellent hiding power, but every time she uses her power, she is becoming weaker. Then, a scene from some time later is shown where Chun has already captured the monster and says, "The power you have is excellent for survival, but it is nothing in front of me. Now, quietly answer some of my questions, so I can kill you quickly." Hearing this, the monster laughs and says, "Do you think I am afraid of dying? If I had one more month, I would have completed my shadow transportation." Saying this, the monster starts to disappear. At that moment, the system announces that Chun has killed a Corruptor, earning him 10 attribute points. Seeing all this, Chun doesn't understand anything. Then, the system tells him that he can use attribute points to improve his skills, strength, weapons, and himself. He can also unlock some special powers using attribute points. Next, we see Chun in his storage room, where he is searching for information about Corruptors and Awakeners, but he finds nothing. Seeing this, Chun realizes that all information about them has been blocked online. However, he doesn't think much about it because he is no longer weak. He has become extremely powerful and can now explore the whole world himself. Then, Chun states that he now has a total of 10,000 physical points. The system asks if he wants to enhance his attributes. Wind, fire, earth, wire, lightning, dark. Which one do you want to enhance? Chun chooses the lightning attribute, granting him the power of lightning. Next, Chen's status window is shown, where his level is still at 1, but he has 465 physical points, 57 mental points, and 3,190 evolution points. Then, a lizard is shown using its lightning power to kill and eat monsters. Next, a scene from N-City is shown, where a man says, "What happened? Are you from the Special Affairs Department?" Then, 2 men are shown standing in front of him. One of them shakes hands and says, "My name is Huang, and I am here to investigate case 907. Then, the 3 of them are shown at another location, where a police officer points at a body and says, "This body was killed just last night. We only found the corpse, and similarly, for more people were killed 4 days ago." One of them checks the body, revealing that the aura inside it has completely disappeared. The next day, Chun is seen buying a new villa. The salesman selling the villa tells Chun about it and states that the total price is 34 million. But Chun says he will only pay 25 million. Just then he receives a call. On the other end, someone is shouting, "Boss, there's a monster here. We need help immediately." Then the 2 special agents are seen. Huang says, Captain, there hasn't been any unusual activity here since last night. Did the Corruptor really die? This is very strange, because no normal human can kill such a thing. He then asks his captain, should we go and investigate further? But his captain refuses and says, we should quickly book a train and leave this place because the apocalypse is coming soon. Hearing this, Huang says, this is all nonsense. But his captain replies, the professor predicted this a long time ago. Earth's spatial power is increasing rapidly, which makes the chances of an apocalypse very high, and we must be fully prepared for it. Then the lizard is shown having found a treasure. Later, Chin sells the treasure and collects some money for himself. After that, Chin goes to a place to eat, but while he is eating, he sees a boy causing a scene and troubling the people there. Seeing this, Chin tells the boy to stop making a scene, but the boy mocks Chun and says, are you getting angry? Do you want to kill me? Do you have the guts to kill me? Hearing this, Chin walks up to the worker there and asks, do you have a camera in your hotel? Hearing this, the worker turns off the camera and says, our camera is broken. Hearing this, Chun beats up the guy badly and says, people these days are in a hurry to get beaten up. Then, Chun is shown going somewhere with his manager. The manager asks, where are we going? Hearing this, Chin says, we are going to sell something. Then, Chin arrives at a shop. The owner welcomes Chun and says, my name is Gao, and I am the owner of this antique shop. Hearing this, Chin asks him, can you look at the item I brought and tell me its price? Hearing this, the shop owner asks them to wait for a while. After checking the item, he realizes this item was retrieved from the ocean. Then he tells Chun, this item is extremely unique, but it is part of a complete set, and you only have one piece, so the price will be lower. Hearing this, Chun says, is there really a full set? But when I found this, it was the only piece there. Then the shop owner tells Chun, the price of this single piece will only be 4.5 million. Hearing this, Chun says, I'll think about it. Then Chin is shown walking on the street. The manager says, Mr. Gao seems to be the most genuine person. Hearing this, Chin says, he could be genuine because he offered the highest price compared to others. Maybe we should just sell the item to him. But Chin thinks to himself, something about that shop owner didn't feel right. He is definitely hiding something from me. Then, the shop owner is shown arriving at another place. The person in front of him says, are you saying that you found this item in a sunken ship? Hearing this, Gao says, yes, this is the very item we have been looking for, and it was sold by a young man. I think he might know more about it. Hearing this, the person in front of him says, I am giving you half an hour. Tell me everything about that guy. Then, after some time, a scene is shown where Gao has gathered information about Chun and says, Chun is just an ordinary college student. But suddenly he bought a luxurious car worth 3 million, and he was also seen going to the ocean with Lee. Then he continues, boss, should we work with him? Hearing this, the person in front of him, named Du Hang, says, we need to think about it. Then, Chin is shown thinking to himself, today's deal felt strange. I have a feeling that Boss Gao is hiding something from me. Then, the next day, Chin is shown going down in an elevator. But as soon as he steps out of the elevator, a man points a gun at him and says, you will not make any sound and quietly come with me. Then, a car is shown where some people have kidnapped Chun. Pretending to be scared, Chin says, who are you guys? Where are you taking me? As far as I remember, I haven't offended anyone. Hearing this, one of the kidnappers says, we are taking you to meet someone, so don't try anything. Then it is shown that they have taken Chun to a place. There, a man tells his boss, boss, this is the guy we bought the item from. Hearing this, their boss says, all right, let me see the boy who made me wait all night. But now, Chun had become completely calm. Seeing this, one of the kidnappers thinks, at first, this guy was really scared, but now he has become way too calm. Something is wrong here. Then their boss tells his men, "Why are you all standing there? Take out your weapons and capture this boy quickly." As soon as one of them tries to attack Chin with a gun, Chin instantly spins around and kicks him, making the gun fall from his hand. Then Chun grabs the gun. Their boss says, "Boy, put the gun down immediately." But Chun ignores his words. Seeing this, the boss says, "You only have one gun and we have two. Plus, your gun has only one bullet, kid. You can't escape from here now." Hearing this, Chin says, "Did you guys really not figure out that you are the ones who won't be leaving here today? Now, quickly tell me who is behind you. If you guys are honest with me, I won't beat you too much." But Chin suddenly fires the gun, killing their boss on the spot. Seeing this, all the men there attack Chin, but Chin stops all their bullets with his hand. Seeing this, they all get extremely scared. One of them says that he caught the bullet with his hand. What kind of monster is this? Seeing this, Chin says to himself, "Yes, I have now become powerful." Then he starts beating everyone. Then we are shown a scene some time later where Chin is asking all of them, "Who sent you here?" Hearing this, one of them replies that they were sent by Luffle Group's director, Chong Dugong. Then we see Chun, who is on a call with Dugong, saying that he is coming to meet him tonight, so he should be ready. Next, we see Dugong, where Chun had demanded 20 million from him. Then we see Chin running at an incredible speed, saying that his speed has now reached 120 meters per second. Then we see the Dong Villa, where there is heavy security. Inside, Gao Dong asks if they think that boy will come here. Hearing this, Dong says that he defeated my men who had guns. Dealing with him won't be easy, but he won't be able to do anything here because there are so many security guards who will easily capture him. But suddenly, the building's power goes out. Seeing this, all the security guards become extremely alert, and they realize that someone has broken the CCTV at the main gate and is rushing inside at great speed. Seeing this, Dong angrily orders the security guards to shoot anyone they see. Then we see Chun, who has defeated all the security guards and reached the main room. But as soon as the room's door opens, Dong orders to shoot. However, the hero immediately kills all the guards and stands in front of Dong. Seeing Chun, Dong immediately asks if he is an awakener and instantly offers Chun 500 million to spare their lives. Hearing this, Chun tells them that after killing everyone here, he cannot let them live. But if they tell him more about awakeners, he might show them some mercy. However, Dong immediately attacks Chin with a gun, but Chin instantly kills both of them. Then, we are shown that the police have arrived near Du-hong's villa and are checking the area. They discover that 30 dead bodies have been found here, including the director of the Luffle Group. Hearing all this, the senior officer gets informed that Chin is behind everything, and he was also responsible for the dead bodies found in the Red Forest. Then, we see Chun chasing someone and suddenly attacking that person, but the person dodges Chin's attack and disappears from there. Seeing this, Chun is extremely shocked. At that moment, the system tells Chun that his body has been corrupted by polluted energy. It further informs him that his body is so powerful that he can remain immune to this polluted energy, but only for 5 hours.